Welcome everyone to our CEO development programs. We have our new entrepreneurs, Jessica, Dr. Tamanna, and Mr. Mukesh. Uh, yeah, Mr. Mukesh, how are you today? Can you hear me?
I'm good.
I think he has internet issues. Jessica, how are you today?
Yeah, there's some
We're doing
internet
okay.
I manage. Yeah,
Mr. Mukesh, how are you today?
yeah, I'm good. I can hear you. I'm fine. There's some little bit of internet issue, but
Mr.
I can
Mukesh, how
manage.
are you today?
We're doing pretty good. We just got to watch. We went out to watch it at the
Okay,
movies.
okay, thank you. Okay, okay. How are you, Dr. Tamanna? Dr. Tamanna, how are you? Tamanna, can you hear me? Dr. Tamanna, can you hear me? Jessica, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just want to continue because we have a lot of things we have to finish. So today I want to discuss about ESG and sustainability. So ESG, environment, social, and government, integrating the government, social, and governance goal into the core strategy. Environment is something which is very much important for North America, important for India, important for Bangladesh. On the other hand, as we discuss about social, how we create the social impact, how we create the positive impact in our society, that is very, very important for us. So these environmental issues, I just want to share that we launched climate leadership program. Why we launched this climate leadership program? Because this leadership is very, very important. If we want to go to the deeper of the leaderships, so climate leadership is a very important aspect for us, and it give us very positive things for our society. So, lead with the accountability on the climate, equity, ethical responsibility is the key component for CEOs. So, identify ESG, environment, social, and government risk and opportunity in the global market is very important for us. Create transparent, measurable framework for sustainability performance is very important for that particular issue. Build an enterprise that earns trust from investor to society. How we bring most investment for our society, because all of the entrepreneurs always ask me how I can get investment for my startup, how I get investment from my company. So I always believe if you have a real trust, if you have a environment, social, and governmental risk minimization opportunity, if you have a proper framework for sustainable performance, and if we can create a transparent ecosystem, that will be very effective for investment. So Jessica or Dr. Tamanna, so that is most important aspect for today's sessions. Global leadership and diplomacy. Today I want to bring very important point like global diplomacy and global leaderships. Question is how this global diplomacy and the leadership work. Lead with cultural intelligence in diverse international contexts. Master global negotiations, tactics rounded in trust and respect. Navigating complex power dynamics with strategic empathy is very, very important. On the other hand, build influence through soft power, not just authority. Strengthen your global presence without losing your organizational core is very important. Mr. Mukesh, can you hear me? Mr. Mukesh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It's a bit of an internet issue, but I'm able to comprehend.
Okay. Uh, so I want to discuss about the financial part, how the startup can get finance. Master capital allocations to the fund growth, innovation, and reliance is very important. The more you have innovations in your startup, you can get a good finance with ESG transparency. Understand finance levers that drive long-term values creation is very important. Align finance with strategy without getting lost in the spreadsheet is very important. Ask the right question, challenge assumptions, and lead with confidence is very important. Build trust with board, investor, CFO through financial things is very important. So when we discuss about this finance for a startup, we have to understand that we need to build up a company with environmental, social, and government things. On the other hand, you need good corporate governance. So if you have transparency in between your company, if you have transparency in your ecosystem, then investor feel comfort to join in your company as an investors. So that is the things. Always my startup ask me how I can bring investment. Investment depend on trust. Jessica, can you hear me? Can you share some of your view about investment in startup?
As
Jessica,
far
can
as
you hear me?
investments go, yes. Um,
Mr. Mukesh, can you
I
hear me?
I think a lot of ideas. Um, I mean, there's financial investments, but in my case, it's blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of time invested. Um, as far as financial goes, that's why I'm here, I guess, because um, I have a lot of good ideas, but financially, when it's a big dream, like helping people with the medicinal uses and purposes of cannabis that they've barely even scratched the surface. Um, it's taken a lot of money to do the investing, but it's also taken a lot of investments in time and believing in it. You know, you've got to believe in the outcome that you're actually going to be able to help everyone, from the young people to the old people, everybody. Um, so financially, I'm the wrong person to talk about financial investments because I'll spend my last dollar if I believe in it. So, you know, that's just me.
Yeah. So that is the things always we believe in corporate governance. So if you want to bring more investment for your company, you need good governance. Build a governance
Yes,
model that scale with the organization. Ensure transparency, ethical leadership, and clear accountability. Negotiate board
yes,
dynamics, lead with the intelligence is very important. Understand audit, because when an investor come to your company, they want to know about your audit, your report, your compliance is essential. Promote a culture where ethics are lived, not just written. Do you understand? Like, ethics
yes.
is very very important for business investment, always. Because always they want all kind of ethics and ethical behaviors and everything. So the third thing, the technologies. Like, protect your organization data, IP, reputations in a digital fast world. Understand the risk and responsibility of your core technology stack. Anticipate cycle threats and embed security into strategic planning. Align with IT, legal, and risk teams around a unified security. Lead with a digital confidence even without being technology. So technology is something that is very very important right now. How you utilize your social media, how you utilize your self branding, how you make the transparency, how you make this efficiency, how you make this entrepreneurship initiative. Everything depends on your technology integrations and your leadership ability. So, branding. Always I believe, and this is very important, if you see Bill Gates, he has a great brand. If you see even Mukesh Ambani, he has a great brand. So brand and public leadership is something which is create a trust. So represent your organization with clarity, conviction, consistency. Shape public perception through storytelling, strategic message, master media engagement, interview, public speaking, respondent with the crisis, and also build a trust executions, a brand that reinforce your company missions. Jessica, do you have any? Jessica, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Jessica, can you hear me? Mukesh Pandey,
Yes,
can you
sir.
hear me?
Yeah, I can. Mukesh, Mukesh is here.
So, building a relationship with regulators, NGOs, academic leaders, navigating policy landscapes, collaborate across sectors, engage with advocacy, strengthen your organization voice is very, very important for us. Case study. Always analyze a good case study for decision making. CEO always build up good case study in between the industry and reason. Apply strategic framework to the complex real world scenario. Engage in hand on leadership simulations with live feedback. Practice crisis management, board presentation, stakeholder alignment, and build pattern recognition through exceptional learning.
That is an excellent, um, model to follow. Absolutely. Is it cutting out? Let's see.
So here is the case study I just want to share with you, and I want to go for.
Sharif, can I ask you a question?
I want to go for some public discussions regarding uh, our CEO development programs, and hopefully through this process we can understand how we can create a positive impact in our program. Mm, that's all for today's session. Jessica, can you? Jessica, can you hear me? I just want to go for some discussion.
Yes, sir.
Jessica, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear him. I don't know if he can hear me.
Okay.
It does keep cutting out. That's the only thing.
Jessica, can you hear me?
Yes.
Mr. Mukesh, can you hear me? Okay, I just want to know because what type of challenge you are facing specifically when you want to raise fund for your startup. Jessica, you want to
Maybe,
May-
answer? Yeah, please continue. Mr. Mukesh, please continue.
yeah, maybe because somebody has not got the clear idea of your concept.
Okay.
Maybe he doesn't have faith in you, and he not too sure of the success.
Mm-hmm.
I think I visualize only these three factors.
Yeah. Jessica, what the challenges you have when you raise fund for your company?
it's the same. You've got to make a very nice business plan, lay it all out, uh, the model of, the products or the services you're hoping to offer, the benefits of offering them to other
Mhm.
people. And then obviously it's got to make sense financially. So hopefully you have a good business model that shows cost of production as far as what it's going to cost you to offer this service or product to the people. And
Mhm.
then hopefully you've got a good price point to where you can make a profit to pay your employees and satisfy obviously your investors because they're investing. Hopefully, most people invest because they want to turn a profit. So
Mhm.
you've got to have all of that framework done before you can even go out there and ask, unless of course you have a good friend or
Yeah,
something.
that is the things. We are organizing conference from January to December next year. So I always request that what you mentioned, the creating trust, building relationship is very important for fundraising.
Yes.
So this is one of the important factors that how you make relationship, how you make transparent relationship, which is very, very important. And beside that, the transparent procedures. It's not in documented. You need a transparent procedure inside your company, like audit, like your financial plan, like how much you make, how much you want to like expand, or what's your plan for next 5 years. So these are
Right.
the things and these kind of actions all of the investor to look inside your company. And most important factor is brand name. Like let's say Elon Musk built something. Let's say Elon Musk build a startup, SpaceX, Grok. So everybody gonna invest. So your personal branding is very, very important. That's why we organizing this kind of show with entrepreneurs. Those who want to entrepreneur, people has to know you, right? Who is Mukesh? People has to know. Who is Jessica? People has to know. The more you have audience, you have good investors, you have good customers, right? Your customers also your investors. You have to develop a loyal customer for your company. And third things, I always believe specifically for South Asia, ESG, climate finance, is very, very vital for us, for our startup. So let's say we are developing climate leadership program in USA for next 5 years. So through this process, you can gain a very good business relationship, environment, and capacity to build your things. Final comments like networking, your relationship with other NGOs, other academia, others peoples. Mr. Mukesh, as you work with defense, uh, so how you make social relationship when you work for defense? Or I see personally many defense people after finishing their job, they join in the corporation and they are very good performer. I see, let's say I work for United Groups. I see 50% of their good employees from defense, like when they go for retirement. So, what's your experience in India? Can you unmute, please?
Yeah, we at times we posted in the far-flung areas. We get to interact with the people, local populace, and we also attend lot of functions of the people in and around. And we also interact with the people who are various suppliers in various commodities, in the soft as well as in the hard. And we also interact with the academias like IIMs, well, DRDO and others who carry out various research, who look for our feedbacks. Backs. So those are the via media by we interact and we enrich ourselves.
And Jessica, do you want to develop some case study from your company, from your idea?
Um, as
Dipesh,
far
can
as
you?
my
Yes, yes.
as far as
Jessica,
the
can you hear me?
networking, yes, yes. Didn't hear that first part of the question. Um, as far as networking, uh, that is a big thing. You have to know how to be respectful of others and their views, but you also must be able to look in the face of adversity and smile. Whether you agree with them or not, you're not going to get along with everyone. So, the other side of networking is learning how to be diplomatic in the face of adversity. And that's much easier said than done. Um, but we're all working for the greater good of everyone. So, I like to offer up, everybody. I'm a big believer in rainbow warriors, and they're called rainbow warriors because they all represent a different view. We're not meant to have the same views. So, the best networking ability that I think exists on the planet is agreeing to disagree and moving on. So,
Okay.
that's what I can offer as far as my ideas or final thoughts.
Yes. Yeah. So for that particular issues, I always believe the partnerships. Let's say World Health Economic Forum, we build a trusted relationship with regulators, with NGOs, with academic leaders, and we can navigate policy landscape with agility and foresight. We can collaborate across sectors to shape market innovation agenda. We can engage in advocacy that align business goals with social priorities. We want to strengthen your organizational voice in shaping the future of your industry. So, most important factors I always request, if you want to be a good entrepreneur, you need a good brand values. You need a good public leadership skill. Brand value creating a very good role. If people trust you, if consumer trust you, if they engage with you as a public leaders, they can help to grow fast. So always you have to represent your organization with clarity, convictions, consistency. Shape your public perception through storytelling. You have to be a very good storyteller. That's why I give you the floor. Share your idea, share your thought, share your strategic messaging. So you need to be master of media engagement, interview, public speaking. This is the place while you are taking your preparations as a media. as an public persons. So response with crisis, when you have a flood, when you have any challenge, when you have anything, engage with these things and build a trust with executive brand that reinforce your company missions. So your company missions play a major roles. So how we can do that? Definitely with technology. You have to be a very good tech and cyber security expert. You need to know how to organize your data, IP, reputation in social media. You have to understand the risk and responsibility of your core technologies. You have to anticipate cyber threats and security. You have to align with IT, legal, and risk mitigations and everything. And you have to understand how you can create confidence. So when we discuss about finance, specifically corporate finance, let's say microfinance, small medium enterprise finance, you need to be very focused and you need to be very innovative. You have to be understand how your capital allocate for growth, for innovations, for resilience, how you can develop a financial leverage that drive long-term value creations. You have to ally with financial strategy. You have to understand how to uh, challenge, how to grow yourself as a challenge assumptions, as a leader of the confidence, and you have to know how to raise questions. Most important things, you have to build trust with board, with investors, with CFO through financial fluency. So that is the things you can raise your capitals and you can be a good leaders. So Jessica, like how you can contribute as a good leader? I think Mukesh is a very good leader as he has experience to work in defense. Defense actually help people to develop as a very good leader. So
Yes.
Jessica, what's your experience about leadership and diplomacy?
Stay humble, stay honest. Um, Look at every opportunity that is good and bad as a teaching moment, not as a failure or a win. Um, if we did something and it worked as a team, let's do that again. If there's a way to improve on our methods or our products, let's absolutely always consider that. Um, Stay humble. That's literally never
Very
get
good.
too big to listen to what the people say they're at the bottom because they need the help the most. You know,
Mhm.
that's the best leaders, in my opinion, the people that care about the ones that can't pay you. Um,
Mhm.
that's where my heart's always going to be, you know.
Mhm. Excellent, excellent. So, like when you say that stay humble, how you want to define this? How we become more humble for the people?
Pay attention, like, because you see the people out there, they'll go do random acts of kindness on a video camera, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I agree, people need to see the behavior. We need to see videos like that because too many people are shallow and they don't care. Um, so I like seeing those videos. At the same time, I wish I was out in public and I just saw people doing random acts of kindness with no video involved. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the element that we're missing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and people learn through leadership that behaves in that manner. We need CEOs that aren't there for the big fat bonuses. We need the CEOs like Charlie Kirk that were out there in the middle of the people, because he
Mm-hmm.
cared. He cared about
Mm-hmm.
everybody. And that's humble.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's got to be a safe way to do it. I don't agree with putting people's lives in danger. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but that's where you guys come in because I'm not the security guy. I know nothing of this. So
Mm-hmm.
there's got to be a mix. There's got to be a good combination, and we've got to find it
Mm-hmm.
because we can't lose the people element. We can't lose caring about the lowest of the low because that's who matters. They matter to God. They matter to the Creator. They have to matter to us. We can never
Mm-hmm.
lose sight of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether it's donating to a homeless shelter or making
Mm-hmm.
one ourselves, you know, and making them worldwide for the homeless people and having food there, having prayer, having some sort of solid structure for these people that will help them get their lives back in order. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you can't do that if you're not teaching it, if you're not setting the example for others to follow.
Mm-hmm.
And that costs a lot of money. It's a lot more money than I have to spend, but I'm a physical body that's willing to walk the walk, you know? So just you got to teach others by doing it, by being the example, by setting the example.
Excellent.
And
Excellent. Yes, yes. Mr. Mukesh, can you share something about leadership?
Yeah, I think see as am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, I think
yes.
she covered most of the aspects. But a couple of things which I would like to highlight is first thing is as a leader you have to be reachable to the people. It's
Excellent.
not be when people wants you at the nick of the time and you have vanished off the scene. So that
Mm-hmm.
is not acceptable. You have to be reachable. That's point number one.
Mm-hmm.
Second is the safety, security, and every individual is an institution in itself.
Mm-hmm.
He has to be given his due. He is part of a ecosystem himself with his family, his society, his religion, and
Mm-hmm.
that has to be understood in the correct perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing which I would like to highlight is you have to lead by example.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot be, at a given time or a given place yourself coming late, not with the right frame of mind, but you're expecting people to deliver wonders for you. You know, that can happen once a while, but not happen every day.
Mm-hmm.
And understanding, like in India kind of setup with the diverse kind of culture, the ethnicity
Mm-hmm.
we have, we have to understand the kind of people you are leading. You have to understand their roots very thoroughly. You have to uh, improvise, or you have to brush up his skills. You have to be with him. You have to be part and parcel of his life, and he must
Mm-hmm.
understand the efforts being made by the leader to improve somebody who is being led is being understood in the correct perspective. That's all.
Excellent. 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 Jessica and Mr. Mukesh, you have a brilliant idea. So what are you doing right now? It's called storytelling, right? You have to be very good storyteller if you want to pitch your company. Storytelling is something by this way you can convince your audience, your investors, your customer. So here is some scientific way how you can be a very good storyteller. So it's a one of the writers at Pixar. He shared with me. It says 22 rules of storytelling, right? Creating an investor pitch is all about telling a good story. Investor is will be very happy if you have a very good story. Through it, tempting to get pulled in, remember that your pitch is not series of individual slides before you get caught up with the visual and design. So before go for the audience, take your time, impress you want to make, and the story that will leave a lasting impact. Considering each sections and write down your thoughts before you create slide. Read the several issues. uh, Dr. Mukesh, yeah, can I stop? Okay. So storytelling has some sort of rules. I'm just sharing with you. Number one, you need a good title and agenda. Number two is the set the scene, what you want to discuss, and hook. Create the compelling setup, the grab attentions. What is the vision for your company? How it will change the world in 10 years from now? Vision is very important. Most of the people do not have vision, right? What you will do with your company next 10 years? This is very, very important. Like when you want to share your vision, many people want to kill you. They say, hey, stop. No, I want to see how you make profit. No. A good investors always want to listen the vision, because people want to invest in your vision, because you are a startup, you are not making lot of money. So most important factors after these visions, like how it will change for 10 years. And you have to understand the characters, your audience, who are the founders, what uniquely qualify them to build a startup. Are their background and strength complementary? Are there any advisors? What values do they add to the founders? You have to understand your audience properly. And what the problem you want to solve, showcase it. What problem does your customer face? Why is it a sharing pain? What is wrong with the current solutions? And what is your solutions? Articulate your value proposition. Your value proposition always valuable for you. What is the product that solves the customer problem? How does the solution impact the customer? Think about that. Thinking is very important. System thinking and design thinking. Can you qualify the impact of your solutions? Market it. Showcase your market size. Describe your target audience, target customer. What is the market drivers? How you can drive the markets? Present a business model. How does your company make money? How is your product or service priced? What are the unit economics that allow the business model to work? KPI, key performance indicators. How much does it cost to acquire a customer? What is the lifetime value of your customer? What is the ratio of acquire a customer and value, lifetime value of a customer? What is your retention rate? What is your AOV or ACV? What is your average order or contract values? Competitions. Competition is very common in the market. But who are the key players in the market? You have to identify. Why are you better than your other solutions? How are you different? And then go to markets, your 12th slide. Who is your target customer? What is your customer acquisition approach? What are the key drivers and potential milestones? Have you run any tests to validate your assumptions? Financing. You need a very clear formations. How much have you raised to date? How much are you seeking to raise in the round? What you will do with the funds? Key hires. Traction and milestones. How long will your fund last? Clear, very clear identifications for your funding. Jessica, do you have any questions or anything regarding this point?
No, I mean, it's all a process. Just knowing, because I've been a business owner for quite a long time. and it's a lot of work when you work for yourself, but it's so worth it. Um,
Mhm.
and if I'm speaking to what I would love to do with the cannabis industry is all whole plant products. I want every single product we offer to be a whole plant product because I know for a fact that's the best medicinal value. But
Mhm.
I want the product market for children, for elderly, literally everyone. So
Mhm.
we will have a product line that is good for literally everyone. Um, from children who maybe were abused and have nightmares. You give them cold press products. It doesn't activate any of the psychedelic properties or anything like that. It stays child safe if it's cold pressed. Um, whereas the other products that are brought by heat, they activate the psychedelic products and properties of the cannabis. So it can be safely
Mhm.
processed for children. And I guess the people that know that are keeping that under wraps, and that's not good for the people. That's good for their pocketbook, but that's not good for the children. So
Mhm.
I would love to unleash that. That's like mission number one of if we get turned loose on this. So
Yeah. Jessica, like I hear many people want to work with cannabis in USA. Even in the South Asian agriculture market is very good. We have lot of diversifications like organic food, vegetable, fish, meats, many interesting things. So we publish a scientific books with 80 university researcher,
wow.
around 190 scientists working together in my book. So if you're interested, you can join in our teams. So Dr. Tamanna, what you want to discuss about women leaderships? Because we have women, we have our colleagues, Mr. Mukesh. So what you want to discuss about women leadership?
Yeah, I feel that, I mean, I like to work with many doctors basically to help resolve the problems which, current environment degradation has led to, the kind of diseases which are new diseases, which weren't there earlier. So I would like women doctors to come as entrepreneurs and question the pharmaceutical industry. Why have they not invented many these drugs for welfare of people, at a nominal price? Why, for example, cancer treatment is so people who are poor can't afford it, and they die just like that. And rich people are the ones, like for example, Princess Catherine, she's moving totally fine. So the King Charles, they have world class specialty doctors who are treating them. So I guess we need to train people, to be able to help people who are poor, and it's like in millions we have these diseases. So we really need to do this, and women doctors can really help us, so as entrepreneurs. And they'll gain benefit obviously, but like everything should not be done for benefit. There's a certain thing which are done pro bono. So I mean, for example, I do a lot of pro bono work, without any money or something. So I guess I would like that, yeah.
Mhm. Excellent. Mr. Mukesh, you want to add any point? Okay. Okay. I just want to share another things how we can prepare a good pitch for our startup. While I'm sharing these things, we have to go for hands-on training. Okay. We want to go for hands-on training. So hands-on training means like we may apply for grant from today. We may apply for some practical things. So this is the templates, like how we can develop our pitch deck, like a table of content, It's like a general guidelines. When we demonstrate something, who will buy it and why, we have to identify. Do we make money from our projects or from our startup? How much we gonna sell, and how this problem represent an opportunity for the organization. How we want to define the profit. Do we have a skill of succeed? Like previously, we have any successful startup, we have to show them. We need a bio. Like let's say we are four start working together, so we need a bio. We need to prepare a very specific pitch deck. We need to prepare a very specific questions. Who will be our advisor for our board? Who is our personal reference? We have to refer some sort of customers. So for that particular issues, we need a cover, we need a visions, problem, solutions, team, how it works, market, business model, KPI, competitions, go to market, roadmap, finance and milestone is very important. Storytelling, already we discuss, and you discuss how this storytelling work. So in the meeting, we always have to be very productive. We need to be very productive. We have to be very efficient and effective. We need to raise a very good questions, and we need some good answer for our customer. So we have for our World Talent Economic Forum, we have different kind of venture capital. So we will share that how we can develop a venture-based startup. We want to build up a pitch. We want to develop a efficient thing. How we can develop a guidelines. We want to share some companies case study. Let's say Airbnb. Let's say OpenAI. Let's say Zoom. How they develop their pitch, how they develop their company. Thinking is very important before preparing the pitch deck, right? So also you need to identify your missions, your mission statement about how your company transforming the world, right? Let's say Mr. Mukesh bring an idea, me bring an idea, Tamanna bring an idea, Jessica also bring idea, but we need to identify how my idea for business transfer this word. And obviously we need a very specific problem statement. Describe a customer searching pain. What is the problem? How big is it? How are they solving the problem today? How much time, money, energy they invest in solving the problem, which is very important. And what is your solution? Let's say you build up a solution for this problem. Why it is faster? Why it is better? Why it is cheaper? Why it is effective? This four high is why is very important. And how does it solve the problem? Keep it simple. Do not go for a very complex. Feel free to show graphic and visual that show your solutions. Team is very important. Let's say we four develop a startup. Our team is very important. Who is our advisor? Which is very important because experience matter. How it works. A deeper, more detailed descriptions of your solution. Still relatively high level. Feel free to include additional images, technical informations. How this investor lead with their questions. You need a answer of their questions. Also, you can create a market diagrams. How you want to reach, let's say, $1 billion market. How you want to reach this total addressable market. How you want to reach the service available market. How you want to reach this song serviceable obtainable market. Business model. Before I go to the business model, anyone want to share something about business model? Like Tamanna, you want to share any business model
I'll
you have
think
in
about
mind?
it, the Sharif. I'll think about it
Okay.
today itself.
Jessica, as you are business woman, do you want to share some business model?
Yes. Per my experience, I used to work at Walmart way back when my kid was very young. Um, they good rule of thumb is they buy it 50%. Usually, it's 50% or less. If Walmart buys it and puts it on their shelf, they paid 50% or less of the advertised price. So it's always good to negotiate. It's always good to have a set price, to have a set goal, but never lose your negotiating talent, because it might cost you $50 to put it on the shelf, and you commonly sell it for $100. So you got $50 to pay your employees. That's your profit. $50 is profit. If somebody comes in and they want to buy 100 of them, but they only want to pay $75 or $80, it's a quick nickel's better than a slow dime. So that's when you want to start looking at production. Is there a way to reduce production costs? But don't ever make the customer suffer. Never do it at the cost of the product. Never.
Mhm.
Um, you don't want to ever rip your customer off of the experience, because your $100 customers, that's your bread and butter. And they're not
Mhm.
as fast of buyers as the guy that's going to come in there and buy 100 units or 1,000 units. Um, always cater to that single customer, would be my advice.
Excellent. Mr. Mukesh, do you have any idea for business model or how does it work? Can you unmute or I don't know where he goes. Mr. Mukesh? Okay, so business model, how your company make money, pricing detail, unit economics, metrics you look to a measures and success. Share your company can be profitable over time. KPI, list sign up, early conversion data, pilot data point, sales pipeline, customer feedback is very, very important. So this is the things. Where is your company? Where is your competitors? Describe the differentiations. Be prepared to speak to how your solution is better than or differentiate from your competitors. That is very, very important. That how you want to differentiate, how you want to change the mindset of the customer, the mindset of the investors, because you need to differentiate yourself, why you are better. So, and there are few more slides, specifically go to market. Who is your target market? What is your customer acquisition approach? What are the key drivers and potential milestones? Have you run any tests to validate your assumptions? Is very important. So you need a clear roadmap, timeline of upcoming product and customer milestones. You need to helpful to see 18 months or timeline your funding willpower, like this way, a financial approach. Okay. And then identification, how much have you raised, how much are you seeking, what will do with the funds, like your hire, product improvement, your milestones, and how long you will fund you last. Thank you. Like Dr. Tamanna, you want to add any point for this investment pitch? or any? Do you have any experience for developing a startup or any
No,
success
not as
story
of
you want to
now,
share
but
with
like
us?
I'll now consciously think about how to like set up a, to the goal which we have, because it's like maybe it's going to involve many people. I mean, as I was talking about healthcare management, so probably I'll do a specialization in it in my MBA classes. And I mean, that would be a very noble work also, to interact with the doctors, etc. And yeah, that's what I would love to do for the world right now.
Okay. Uh, Jessica, you
Anybody,
want
I
to add
mean, we
any
can work
point for
together.
this deck? How we can prepare a good deck for?
As far as um, just for example, the way I know we're going to be better than the competition, we're going to put the customer first. We're just going to blow everyone out of the water with that one aspect alone. It's just the truth, because the way they're going with cannabis in this country is completely back. Um,
Yeah.
and you can't fool the customer. The customer knows the truth already. Okay, they if they're coming to you, they're coming to you for something different. And I cannot believe that in these markets that have had legalized cannabis, they have none of the products that I've made in my own kitchen. It's blows my mind, and they all claim to care about the customer. Right there, they don't care nothing about the customer. And I'm talking all kinds of different things. You could be burning candles made out of hemp oil in your house that are medicinal, that help with all kinds of things. You could be using massage oil that's only made out of cannabis and coconut oil, or cannabis and avocado oil. There's so many benefits to doing those crosses, and none of these companies are doing it. None of them. So my you know my number one thing is going to be customer first. You can't go wrong putting the people first, because everybody's going to love you for it.
Yeah. Thank you for joining today's sessions. Yeah, thank you for joining today's sessions. I gonna go for WhatsApp call because we have some plan to execution the class. Class is not important. If you have a concept, then we have to go for hands-on training. We have to make our hands dirty. That is the things I
Yes.
always say, Dr. Taman. Hey, Taman bring a lot of degrees. I said, make your hand dirty with us. So today we're gonna make our hands dirty, like do some practical work. Okay, as an entrepreneurs. Let's say our World Talent Economic Forum. It's a research center, and it's work as an business incubation also. So we may apply for startup grant and research grant. So you have to help us to develop the materials and everything. This today we shared, and we will go for let's say training in institutions. We have a plan. Let's say we want to bring 1,000 entrepreneur next 5 years. So Jessica, Dr. Tamanna, Mr. Mukesh, you will be our trainer. Okay. So what do we have to do? We have to make a pitch. We have to develop our business plan. We have to develop our fundraising strategy, and practically we apply. If we fail, I do not mind. Yes. So that is the idea that we want to develop our startup together. Okay. Together we're going to start up and we will execute it. So thank you for joining, but I going to call for WhatsApp. Like like for fundraising programs and training in institution developments. So that is our task. So thank you, Mr. Mukesh. I want to ask more questions, but because of technological error, there are some noise. That's why I cannot ask questions. Dr. Tamanna, thank you for your help, and Jessica, thank you for your uh, like beautiful comments and bringing your experience. So thank you for joining today. This is for our audience. If you have any questions, you can ask our entrepreneur, Mr. Mukesh, Dr. Tamanna, and Jessica. You directly can communicate with them. They are part of our business incubations. And if you want to build your business collaborations, you can directly communicate with them. You can collaborate with them. We want more collaborations for our business growth, for our community development, because we can fail as a businessman, but we can build up a better community, right?
Yes.
That is objective. So thank you for joining today. I'm gonna call you. Thank you. I just call you in the WhatsApp.
Thank you.